What's going on? It's your girl Selector. I'm back at it again. So we're gonna be talking about the game that just happened between the Toronto Raptors and the San Antonio Spurs. The Toronto Raptors unfortunately lost 114 to 119 in a nail-biting game. Toronto Raptors, they they went out, but they just couldn't get it done tonight. So it's 0-2 for the Toronto Raptors. So we're just going to be talking about that. For those who didn't know, we are live. So come on down. Anyone who's interested in jumping in the live stream, come on down. This is kind of like this is a last minute live stream because we weren't really going to do a live stream, but we're back up and running. And for those who did watch the last live stream we had, unfortunately, it was ended shortly because of technical difficulties. So I like to first and foremost apologize to everybody out there who watched the live stream and everyone who was participating in the live stream. So anyone who's interested in joining this live stream, I did put the link right over here, so you can take a look at it right here. The link is here. So anyone who wants to jump in, you can come jump in. We're just going to be talking about the Toronto Raptors versus the San Antonio Spurs, and the question of the day is the Raptors in trouble? Like, are we in trouble right now? Is it time to maybe start looking at maybe getting some new guys in here, adding some new talent? I don't know. But listen, like I said before, the stream is open. You don't have to show your face. If you want, you can show your face. Jump in. This is going to be a new stream. This is a fresh stream. We're going to be talking about the Raptors and Spurs. I do have some guests coming through, so just give it a few. They'll be here shortly. And basically, I'm just going to start off with the Raptors and the Spurs. You see what I'm saying? So the game was interesting. It was a very interesting game, to say the least. The Raptors did play much better. So a lot of marquee players did come in and played much better compared to the last game that they had versus the Pelicans, where it was kind of like the production kind of fell off in the second half. This time the production was there, and the guys came through and they showed out. They balled out. Like, what can I say? You see what I'm saying? But the Raptors did fall short. So and let's be real. Because they fell short, it's not a good look, but what can we say? What can we do? You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? It's basketball at the end of the day. The question I have is the Raptors in trouble? Um, it's tough, man. It's tough to say because as of right now, Pascal Siakam. Some may say he played a pretty good game. Some say he played a poor game. With the stat lines that he had today, his stats were okay. Like, they weren't that bad. You see what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that bad. He did play 43 minutes. He scored about 16 points. He had 15 rebounds. So, and he had along 8 assists. But like I said, Pascal Siakam's been having some issues finishing at the rim, and he basically couldn't get his bucket. He couldn't get his shot off at the rim. He couldn't get his layup in, or whatever the case may be, especially in key buckets, key possessions where game could shift over and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? OG Anunoby, he added in with 35 minutes, 10 points, six rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. We got to get OG Anunoby to step up, man. We got to get OG Anunoby to step up out there. You see what I'm saying? We got our guy in the building. Shout out to my guy, GNH #1 blogger. What was your take on the game, bro? Like, what's your, what I mean? Just like, what do you see so far?
I think what I can definitely say evidently is with the Raptors, they definitely know how to come out of the gates. That's not an issue. It makes me feel like we're going back to the Raptors of old where we can start very well, but when it comes to we the fourth, we disappear. Evidently in this game, what I definitely like to point out, you know me, man, I'm a defensive guy. I'm always going to talk about defense.
That's right.
I can definitely say there is a big, big, big hole within the defense. What I'm basically trying to say is I feel like there's a lot of holes in the paint. There's not a lot of second chance points and there's not a lot of rebounds. As you can see towards the end, within the I think it was within the last minute where I believe Lamarcus Aldridge got the ball and then got it in. That presence, that size we need in there, we don't have.
Don't
And to
have it.
me, that's a worry to me. That's a
Yeah,
worry. You need
that's right.
size. It
That's right.
doesn't matter how much you put the ball in the net, you need size.
That's right.
That's
Honestly,
my worry.
you're 100% right on that. Like the size thing is an issue, man. Like prime example, like okay, we have OG Anunoby playing power forward and playing two guard as well. So it's like he's playing back and forth. And to me, it's just like OG Anunoby, I don't know, is it me or is it just like 10.6 rebounds in 35 minutes? 35 minutes, 10.6 rebounds.
That's uncharacteristic of a guy like OG.
But I think the
We
last
need
game,
more than that.
yeah, the last game, what did he score? He didn't even, I don't know, man. His numbers haven't been really looking that impressive. And he has that $72 million contract. That contract is pretty heavy. And is he playing up to that contract as of right now? No. Kyle Lowry came in. He came in with 35 minutes, 16 points, 0 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals.
That's a double-double.
Yes, that is a double-double. But for Kyle Lowry, it's not really his best game.
Those numbers are pedestrian-like.
That's
for
right.
Kyle Lowry.
That's right. That for Kyle Lowry, that's just not. It doesn't add up. Fred VanVleet had a really big game. He stepped up from his last game versus the Pelicans, where he only scored 9 points. Fred VanVleet scored. In 35 minutes, he scored 27 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal. So and he had 1 turnover. But overall, Fred VanVleet had a monstrous game. He almost did hit the game winner or the tying to tie the game. But
where the ball just flubbered out somehow.
Exactly.
You know what? I can live and die with that. I can't even hate on him.
Neither can I. With that, man. Aaron Baines, the center, bro. This is one of the most talked about guys in Toronto right now. Aaron Baines.
He's not showing me anything.
No, not at all. I'm not really too sold
I'm not
on him.
impressed.
I know our guy John Doe is talking highly of Aaron Baines, but I'm just not seeing it right now, bro.
I know it's still early. He has to get acclimatized because let's be brutally honest, he's only really been with the team for like 2 weeks.
Literally.
So he does not understand the system or the rotation. But let's be brutally honest. You don't need to understand the system and rotation to get second chance rebounds and anything rebounds in particular when it comes to being in the paint.
Talking highly. Yeah, Omari Styles, you need to turn off your you need to turn off the YouTube on the back, Omari Styles. Please do so.
Say less.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, Omari Styles.
Merry Christmas, GNL 101 Blacka. What's poppin'?
Yeah. We good, man. We in here chatting it up, man.
Yep. What was your take, Omari Styles, on Aaron Baines? Because GNH #1 blogger hasn't been seeing what he needs to see from Aaron Baines. Neither have I. He 28 and in 18 minutes. No, sorry, he had in 19 minutes, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. The 7 rebounds is pretty good, but he needs to up the ante on the rebounds. So what's your take on Aaron Baines so far? Even though he's literally been here, like GNH #1 blogger said, for about a week. What's your take on him? And yeah, what's your take?
I mean, as you said, he's only been here for a week. So there's no way we can have high expectations for a guy only being here for a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't feel that. I mean, he's in his 9th season. He's been in the league for a long time, but he's only been a Raptor for about, not that long. So
a week. 2 weeks.
You can't expect much from him.
Exactly.
His form is super ugly, but I'm sure he's still a big body. So I like the fact that he's a big body. He got size.
Definitely.
That ugly form, I wouldn't be encouraging to shoot more threes and
looks like a deer caught in headlights.
Pretty much, yeah. But again, that goes back to the fact that he's only been here for a week. He hasn't really been here much to know the culture. He doesn't really know what's going on. He hasn't even played a game in Scotiabank Arena. He doesn't know what's really going on up here. He's probably
so
he had 13 and 7.
13 and 7. Yeah,
I think Baines had 13 and 7. That's more than Gasol gives you. Last year.
Wow, he's getting that Gasol.
What do you expect from the guy? What do you want him to drop 30 and 12? That's not gonna. You're not gonna get that.
Boucher had 22 or 20. Yeah, 22 and 10.
22 and 10. Yep.
Yeah.
And he had 7 blocks as well.
He had 2 or 3 blocks.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Norman Powell. Norman Powell played 18 minutes and had 0 points.
Yeah, I think it's time we get rid of Norman Powell. GNH, what was the question? GNH, what was the question?
You're
the bow-legged assassin is not getting it done.
GNH, what was the question?
So when you say better than Gasol, are you referring to what Gasol offered us
Points per game.
year 1 and 2? Or yes,
Points per
I get
game.
it, points per game, but are you basing it on
And
just
assists,
last year's stats or overall stats?
No, last year's stats, because last year Gasol averaged 7 points per game and gave you like 3.5 assists, but Baines averaged 3 screen assists per game, which is giving guys open looks to the basket. It's not the same as Gasol, but it's creating open looks, which is kind of what it is. You want to look at Ibaka. Ibaka averaged 15 and 7. Boucher gave you 20 and 10 tonight. The center position is what we think, because we're losing, would be wrong. But it's not the problem. It's the small forward position with Norman Powell.
And
Every game,
so
including the preseason, he has been horrid.
I think so too. But Norman Powell, the issue with Norman Powell is he comes off the bench. I
He
think
averaged like 6 points a game in 20 minutes.
And you guys are forgetting something about Norman Powell, though. You guys just clue in. Norman Powell usually starts off slow, then he gets hot. So give him some time. Yes, I get it. He's experienced. There should be no excuse. But if you looked at Norman Powell through the years, that's what happens.
No. I don't even care that he's a slow starter. It's the way he's playing. He is a bull in a china shop, and it's like he ruins the ball movement. He like goes at the basket like he's – I don't know. It's hard watching him. You can tell when he's got it on. I can put Norman in, and within 5 minutes, I know if he's got it or he doesn't that night. You don't have to play Norman 20 minutes to tell you if he's good. You give him the Terrence Davis treatment. You put him in 5 minutes, and if he's not good, Nick Nurse style, he played 5 minutes too long. Because that's literally what you need to do with Norm, because he's a streaker. He's not steady.
He needs to start giving Flynn some minutes.
So, okay, question, guys. I got a question. Okay, I have a question. The elephant in the room, OG Anunoby, 35 minutes, 10 points, 6 rebounds, $72 million. Is he giving us the productivity that we need at that amount of money? He's supposed to be the second.
23. I'm not. No, but he's not the second option because Fred's the second option. Fred's getting paid more than him, and Fred takes the ball away from him.
As far as small forward, though, we need a lot.
He's the third option, and Kyle's the third option. What happens is, I don't think Kyle. I don't know. I don't know what Masai's going to do. But if Kyle doesn't come back, then yes, he will be the third option. Okay, but Kyle is like,
I don't think Kyle's coming back.
Taking that.
But guys, that's
kind of the thing, because you got Kyle, Norm, and Fred. I mean, Kyle, Pascal, and Fred, and then you kind of got OG. So he's kind of stuck in that fifth role. Because Boucher made him the fifth role tonight, because Boucher was just doing everything.
Okay, guys, but I have a question though, bro. We need more production from OG Anunoby. Am I right or am I wrong? Come on, we can't avoid the fact that he did score only 10 points tonight.
He held Zion. Yeah, but like he's not causing us to lose. He held Zion last game to 10 points, 16 points, like 10 rebounds, 15 points, 10 rebounds with 6 turnovers. So
Valid point. You're right.
If you can do that
on the defensive side, he's great, but on the offensive side,
he already earns his contract with that. I mean, because he ranked 12th last year in defensive plus minus. So
John Doe, you're giving him the bell curve, man. You're pushing the goalpost for him. Come on, man. He needs to put up more. He needs to put up more points there, man. Like he needs to demand the ball, bro. Listen, he can't have Fred VanVleet. I understand Fred VanVleet's going to shoot his shots. Fred VanVleet is going to go out there. He's going to ball out.
Fred VanVleet had 27 points tonight.
Yeah, he balled out tonight. He also 9 assists. He balled out. He had 1 steal.
I mean, I know we want OG to take shots, but I mean,
we need that though, bro. We need that. Bro, you know that the small forward, the small forward NBA in the Eastern Conference, bro. We need that. We could have won. We could have probably won if OG had maybe been a little bit more aggressive and took a little bit more shots. And you know what I mean? We need that. I think we need that. And at this stage, I think OG needs to step up.
I don't think so because he didn't shoot particularly well tonight. If like OG was hitting all his shots and we didn't feed him the ball, then yeah. But OG hit like 1 3. And made a couple around the rim. Like he wasn't like going off. If anything, yeah, I know. If anything, we should have just been like, you know, Boucher, you want to just start launching him if you want to go there because his shot looked like you couldn't block it. I was way more comfortable with him shooting than Norman Powell. Like his like something about Norman, like you can just tell he's not looking right. He was sick yesterday or the day before.
But
He
no,
didn't know
but
he was
he
going to
still
play.
played. That's crazy.
He
Like,
looked sick.
he still played. Like
He's still playing. We even if he was sick or not, bro. Come on, guys. 17 minutes, 0 points, bro. Come on, man.
But you gotta go with your hot hand. You see your man is hot. Yo,
Yeah, and he only had like one rebound.
Ball in his hand. You gotta go with your hottest. You gotta go with your hottest man.
Listen, Rocksteady says the Raptors.
Just fed Boucher.
Rocksteady said the Raptors are looking like a lottery team right now. It's not looking good, man. I know it's 2 games in, but like that's 70
it's
games
not gonna
left.
get any easier. When
we play a rival in the
we play Sixers next
Well,
game.
here's the problem. It's not even that we're looking like a lottery team. We had Pascal who had 16 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. We had Fred put up 27. We had Kyle put up his like 16 and 10 assists. So I mean, all that's good, but when you play an 8-man rotation and one guy gives you 0 points, that it's not going to work.
John, no, you're hitting it on the head.
I don't like this 8 rotation more than anything. More than the players, just this 8 rotation, this 8-man rotation. It's just we're 15 men deep.
Oh, Mari Styles, you were saying Nick Nurse. What about Nick Nurse?
Been messing with the rotation. He's not been
He's
using.
been annoying me more than anything.
Come on, man. Like,
guys, try to blame the refs after the game.
But guys, let's be brutally honest about something. People are not saying
he's gotten more and more, less and less flexible.
The problem with him is he doesn't go deep in his rotation. Remember, this is the same man that had in the closeout game against the Brooklyn Nets in the playoffs last year. He literally had the bench scoring 100, and you didn't use them in the Boston series. Like, why is this guy afraid to go deep into his bench?
If it's looking like $40 to get in.
I don't know. It's annoying the shit out of me, though. It's maybe the most annoying thing of the whole thing. Is Noise not using his bench.
My bad. Yo, just mute me.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Yeah, bro, it's crazy, man. Honestly, like, I don't know what to say, man. Like, honestly, because Philly, let's be real. Philly knows. I'm not saying we're going to lose to Philly, but, like, we got to start
our game.
Yeah, and they're bro, the scouting report is crazy nowadays, bro. So guys are already watching. They know what our tendencies are. And you're like you guys both said, Amari Styles, GNH, and John Doe.
The Denver Nuggets are 0-2 as well. Like, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about our rotations. Like, that's worse than the win-loss column. It's because if he don't start adjusting his rotations, this is going to carry over into the playoffs, no matter how many wins we got this year.
Thank you. Exactly. And let's be real. You got to, like, as human beings, a lot of times it's just like a lot of people fall victim to, like, how would you say it? Doing the same thing, repeating the same thing. And it's just like, Nick Nurse, bro, constantly repeating, like, bro, this is the same style, the same strategy he was doing in the playoffs, and now he's bringing it over to the regular season, bro. Listen, people are talking about Nick.
Do you want me? I'll tell you the moment I knew we lost this game. It was when Kyle Lowry had 4 fouls in the beginning of the third quarter, and we didn't take him out of the game.
Yeah,
he had 4 fouls. The beginning of the third, 4 fouls. We didn't take him out of the game.
Bro, but that's a country. You're supposed to take.
Crazy part is there was a point where he got the ball. It was in the fourth quarter to, like, tie it up or something, or like to get it close, and like he had a brain fart or something like that. And he just was like, "Oh, I'm open," and then he took this shot, the mid range, hit the clunk.
And that one where he missed because he hesitated.
That was the key right there.
That was
at that point he had played like 35 minutes and his legs were shot because and that's another thing. Like, he's 34. He's 34 years old. Like, why are we playing him almost 40 minutes a night?
That's what I'm trying to say.
The lactic acid built up. He couldn't do nothing about that.
Bro, and is it Mir? He looks a little bit top
heavy. His legs were shot.
He looks
Pascal too. Pascal played 43 minutes. He's not Wilt Chamberlain. Like, we don't need to be doing that.
He's not.
You know what it is too? Yo, Nick Nurse needs to be careful because, you can't be wearing your guys out this early because,
43 minutes.
Goodbye. We're going to get knocked out first round if you're playing your guys these heavy minutes now.
Facts.
man.
Tell you what,
Thibodeau number 2.0.
we are gonna have. We may not have the best record, but we will have the most well-conditioned 8-man roster you have ever seen in your life. Pascal is going to run up and down the floor for 48 minutes for the rest of his life.
Gosh.
Wow.
My goodness. Like, look, we got the Sixers on Tuesday, then we got the Knicks on New Year's Eve.
But
Then we got the
Knicks is- the Knicks is
Pelicans
a
on
washout.
New Year's Day again. And then we have the Celtics. Then we got the
Oh.
Suns. Then we got the Kings. Then we got the Warriors. Then we got the Trailblazers. So the schedule isn't really it's not the greatest. The way the Raptors are playing right now, it's not
It's
a
not the
favorable
worst.
schedule. It's not the worst, but
Um,
it's not a favorable schedule for them. Like
No,
teams like the Pelicans, the Celtics, the Suns, the Kings.
but I think
Kings.
this may be a good thing because here's the thing. Nick Nurse isn't going to change his 8-man rotation. If we'd have got off like 9-10 wins and then lost like 3 or 4 and then won some more, he's not going to change his rotation. But if we
That's
lose
true.
like 2, 3, 4 games to start off the year and it looks like way worse than it actually is, he may throw everything out the board and be like, all right, now we got to completely change.
But dude, like,
So,
that's
I
the
mean,
thing,
now
though. That's
time
not
to
the
stop
chemistry of the
bleeding.
team, though. Nick Nurse,
Because
bro, you can run like what?
I
Run a
don't
14-man
care.
rotation.
Like, yeah,
doesn't
I
hurt.
know.
Thank you.
that's-
I agree.
I agree.
Just
They
test
act like-
things out.
They act like I'm not telling them to play Stanley Johnson 20 minutes. I'm telling them give Malachi Flynn some minutes. Give Paul Watson a couple minutes at small forward instead of Norman
agree.
Powell.
Thank
I
you.
don't care.
Terrence
Put Utah
Davis.
Watanabe in there to get some freaking rebounds instead of Norman, who's 6'3", 6'4" at small forward. He had one
give them
rebound in
give
18
them the MO.
minutes.
Give them the MO. Like, bro, Stanley Johnson, go in there. I need you to grab 5 rebounds right now.
Thank you.
Right?
That's it.
That's more than
Thank you.
Norm had.
That's all you got to do right now. That's it.
Thank
We don't
you.
need to do anything else but go in there and grab rebounds.
I have an idea.
That's it.
How about we get
You gotta get the MO. Like, be prepared when they're going into the game. Like, what's
how about we get rid of Nick Nurse and the coaching staff and we put us up there for this season, man?
That's what I'm talking
Adrian
about.
Griffin, bro? Like, honestly, man.
Bro, I have a question. Is it time to pull the plug and get that James Harden, or am I just panicking right now?
I think it'll make it. Well, here's the thing. You get James Harden if you're one piece away from a championship.
Yeah.
This does
He's playing
not
right
look
now.
like we're one piece away from a championship.
Like, he's playing right now, so whoever wants to see what he's doing, he's going up against the Trailblazers as we're talking right
Oh,
now.
I'm sure he dropped a lot of points because he's going to take 40 shots and 20 free throws. So he's made more free throws in his career than he has field goals, and that's not even
no.
me slighting the man. The man just gets to the line like he's Jimmy Butler. But
It's just statistics.
I would be okay if we were like, all right, we're one step away. Let's get a guy. We can win a championship. But we'd be like we'd be like putting it on like you, Kyle, and Fred. You go out there and you beat KD and Kyrie. You put the wall up and stop Giannis. Come on, Harden. You walled them off last time. You can do it again. I don't think I'm putting my faith in that. Like I don't see us. Were we gonna put Harden on LeBron and AD like in the finals? Yeah, I think we get eaten up.
Okay,
I
is it
just-
fair
I
to
don't
say?
know.
Is it fair to say that the
Harden
Raptors
gotta go.
struggling?
Lowry, or Fred gotta go if we bring in Harden. Like,
I have a
pretty
question though. No, you're right. I have a question though.
And it's
Is
not
it
even
fair to
because
say-
it's not even because Kyle and Fred are bad. It's just because you're not gonna have any size. You're not gonna have none.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, listen, is it fair to say that the Raptors are just ass in the fourth quarter? Are they a garbage team in the fourth? Like,
No,
is-
They-
no,
they're-
we're not even bad in the fourth. But when you play your starters from the first quarter to the third quarter, and then you expect them to out hustle guys in the fourth, it doesn't work like that. Like Pascal couldn't do anything in the fourth quarter. But I looked at the stats after the game: 16 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 assists away from a triple double, looking like LeBron numbers. But the
Yeah.
problem with that is he put up 43 minutes. Like he's gassed. Like.
Yeah.
Why didn't you move in some Paul Watson, that small forward, with some Boucher just to soak up minutes? Like just to soak up minutes in the third
Yeah,
quarter,
Really
early
not a
third.
closer. He's not a closer. Siakam does not close
He
games.
doesn't know how to close.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Well,
why is
can't
he
close.
it's not that even that he
Minutes in
has
the
a trouble
fourth.
closing. It's just at the end of the fourth quarter, they're like, okay, look, that ball's ran through him the whole game. He's got to be slightly tired now. So let's pack the paint a little bit, and then let's start getting rough and start because I thought that offensive charge they called at him to the end, that was not a charge. That wasn't a charge. Did anybody else see that? Or is that?
Yeah, I saw that. I
you know
saw
what
that
I'm
was a
talking about?
joke. That was a joke. He just like literally he bumped. Was it the play where he bumped into him and the guy
He
went
was
flying?
shooting. He was in the shot. Yeah, going up over him,
Yeah,
kind of shooting, and he
ridiculous.
bumps him with his right shoulder, and the dude
Oh, my
flies
God.
backwards. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. But
Bro,
the
we're gonna get
worst-
to the chats. We'll get to the chats. Rizzo247 says
I didn't
Raptors.
see Pascal like choke anything.
Mhm.
The worst
Rizzo-
choking moment I saw was Kyle with the open mid-range shot to take the lead, and
Yeah,
he
Again,
bricked it.
Yeah,
also
guys.
not a closer.
Guys,
Also
give me a
not-
second. Let me just get to the chats real quickly because there's some people that want to comment. They're saying Rizzo247 says the Raptors just
But
lost
Harden's
a
not a
hot
closer
40.
either. Harden's been known to put up points in the first 3 quarters and then disappear in the last 2.
Yeah, so he said they lost
That's been
a
the
hot
only
40
gripe on his
Raptors,
whole career.
-1.
I
What's
told
your
you,
take on
Rizzo.
that?
You see my videos, bro. I told you +2, bro.
+2, and the Raptors. Oh
seen
my
that.
God.
I seen that coming. Not to say I seen it coming like that, but I had a feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Raptors are not.
they're not
They
gonna.
don't
They're not
got it
covering.
right
Eh?
now. They don't
They're not
got it right
covering. They're not covering.
They don't got it right now. They are not at home. They don't have any home. They're nomads right now. So you can expect all these games to go like this. It just feels like these are the typical games we're going to be in store for the next, at least the next 10 games, at least.
Rizzo247 also says Siakam's moving like a drunk ass. Yeah, he's-
Wow.
I'm not. He was our best player, I thought, besides maybe Boucher, who had 22.
What do you mean? Van Fleet had 27. Like
27 and Boucher.
Yeah,
and
no,
Boucher,
I don't.
Boucher,
I didn't like Van Vliet's. I had 27, but I didn't feel like. I don't know. I didn't feel like Van Vliet was. A lot of his points were open threes that were manufactured. That I guess you
That's
give him credit. He
good.
hit
How
the
is
three.
that bad?
He
You
does
can't say
that.
that's bad if he's hitting his open shots and he's manufacturing shots.
Yeah.
That's not a
He
bad
didn't
27.
manufacture any of them. See, that's that's part of the problem is Van Vliet doesn't manufacture open shots. It's Pascal driving to the rim and Kyle driving to the rim and kicking out to him. So
But
in the
that's
crunch
what
time,
but Nick Nurse knows this. This is what you see these guys every day in practice. You
Yeah.
should be more prepared for these late game scenarios. And I don't think this guy's ready, bro.
I don't think he's ready either, and I think that's a problem with him right now, bro. Listen, Rocksteady says we would have to give up Siakam for Harden.
yeah, no, we'd have to give up more than that. It's going to take 3 or 4 firsts too.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't like that trade. I wouldn't like that trade.
I don't think I would
That's
either.
a lot of Malachi Flynn's to give up.
Yeah.
OG Anunoby.
Rocksteady also says I'm fine with that. So he doesn't care. He would give up Harden for give up Siakam for Harden. He doesn't care.
Here's what I haven't heard anybody talk about. Harden's 31, 3rd and 30, or he's 32. 31 and 32. He's
Yeah.
32, I think. 32, 3rd and 33. I'm not sure.
What, we get 1 year
31,
with him?
31.
Like 1 to 2
How much
years left? 1 or 2
years?
years?
2 years left. 2 years left. Here's the thing. If he even would resign, what's that contract looking like? 45 mil, 48 mil? What was it? 50 mil a year?
If we give up Siakam, pretty much, that's kind of like balances it out. And we give up Norm or one of those guys, it balances it out. It's a doable trade, bro. Like, we know this is a doable trade.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you get him to re-sign. He's going into 33, 34, 35 years old, and he's making almost $50 million a year.
But remember, you are getting 30-plus points a game, and no guy in the Toronto Raptors roster can give you 30-plus points.
Yeah, I know, but Harden at 33 or 34, I'm not trusting to give you 34 points a game.
Nah, Harden's a machine. Like, he's the step back king right now. Like,
The thing is,
he's
with
gonna
Harden,
give you 30 until he dies.
Listen,
He's gonna give you 30 points
guys.
until he's done.
but
That-
guys, hear me out on this.
30.
Hear me out on this, though. Hear me out on this. James Harden.
But
James
even
Harden,
if you do get Harden, how you gonna stop Giannis? He'd love to play our team.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
You're gonna put Kyle, Fred, Harden.
that's the problem. Yeah,
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Harden. And remember, the way he plays, it's kind of like the offense caters to him. So everyone will be standing up at the top, at the bottom of the I guess in the
If
paint or
anything,
whatever.
if
Yeah, and
anything, we
you'll be
need a
dribbling.
two-way superstar. If you're trying to trade Pascal, you should be trying to unload him for somebody who's a big dude who can play, like somebody who's Pascal's size.
You gotta just say
Somebody
it, bro. You
who can
want to bring
guard.
back Kawhi Leonard, bro. Just say it, bro. We gotta get back Kawhi Leonard. It's only we're getting another championship in Toronto, pretty much. Like,
I'm not sure Kawhi Leonard's touching a championship, so I don't know that that's
I don't know
answering.
What are they right now? Like, it's too early to tell. Like, you
They're
never know.
what's their record? Did they win last
Kawhi
night?
just got his job, bro.
Oh yeah, they're 2-0. They're 2-0, but Kawhi's got 8 stitches in his mouth, and
Yeah,
I don't know how long he's gonna be sitting out.
She's mashed up.
Yeah, you know Kawhi, bro. The littlest thing is gonna have him doing load management, bro.
He's like, you busted my lip. I need 7 months off.
I need 7
Wait till the playoffs, to the second round. I'll be back.
Well,
I'll see y'all in the
PG-13 has
second
to
round.
step up, bro. PG-13 has to
Y'all
step
are
up.
terrible,
It's time.
man. I can't believe y'all are climbing quiet like
Slide it
that, man.
Kawhi Leonard. Oh man. Oh
Dude,
man.
I wish Kyle would be
Hey,
like,
somebody-
dude, Nick Nurse, I need some load management. I think Kyle gets mad when he's on the bench. Like, I think he wants to play 45 minutes a game. Because he's like
Yeah,
yelling
Kyle
from
should
the
be
bench.
load
Like he's a
managed,
97-year-old
He's
man.
getting old. He needs load management. Real talk.
No, but the thing is though, Kyle's playing on a contract year, bro. So Kyle's stats he's trying to shoot them stats up so he can get another good contract with maybe
Bro.
potentially a contender.
with the minutes, his age, he's gonna get injured. I don't wish bad on him, but it's possible.
Well, the
But
way he
Kyle, you
throws
already know.
himself around like a balloon.
Kyle,
an
remember, Kyle's
inflated
always had
balloon.
that back problem too. So the injuries
Yeah.
are always there. with
He's
Kyle
trying to
Lowry.
carry the team too much. He needs to put it down and let other guys take the load and sit on the bench.
Oh, wait, that's
Yeah,
not Kyle
what do you
Lowry.
guys think
That
of-
just did not describe Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry will never put it down, bro.
Nope, I don't think so.
He's
I
Either.
a
know.
bulldog, bro. He's never gonna
You
say
know-
no. He's never gonna say, "Coach, I want to." Nah, he's not that type
But
of guy.
you know, if
He's the leader.
Kyle Lowry,
Like that, what kind of stat is that? You gotta be a madman to lead the league.
I have a question, guys. What was your take on Nick Nurse giving no playing time to Terrence Davis and no playing time to Malachi Flynn? What was your take on that?
that was
Or
garbage.
Paul Watson or Utah
you
Watanabe
better.
or anybody else on the bench besides Matt Thomas.
What's wrong with that guy?
Like, is something
Is he-
going on?
Thank you.
Hold
Like,
on, we should realize if Norman Powell had scored 5 or 6 points, we would have won this game.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean he had 0. If he'd have just scored 5 or 6, 7, we'd have won.
I mean,
played
6
20
is better
minutes.
than 0.
Yeah, I know. That's 6 more points. Look at the score. Look how much we lost by. We would have won. He wouldn't have to hit but like 2 shots. He didn't hit any. And he's out there for 20 minutes. I was frustrated.
Facts.
Yeah, I was too, man. Like, I don't know, man. To me,
People want to get on Pascal for looking like a Beyblade. What the heck is Norman Powell? A spear going towards the rim? That's what he reminds me
Got
of.
the contract. That's the only reason why. Like he got the big bag. Like that's why. What's
Not
Norm
Norman Powell.
too, right?
Norm's he's got a player option next year for
Yeah.
$11 million.
Yeah,
He's not on no big bag.
he's not on no big bag, but still.
No.
Like, again, I go back to Nick Nurse. Like, is this guy injured? Does he have COVID? Like, what's going on with him, man? Like, something's going on over there, man.
no, you guys are right. You guys are
By
right.
the next game, we should know what's really going on with this guy. Like, honestly.
Yo, you guys are right. But the thing
I'm
that shocks
super
me,
interested to see Nick Nurse post-game press conference where he explains his thought process on the rotation.
dude,
Because that's all I care about at this point is the rotation. Nobody's had like a super bad game, but Norman Powell every game. And at point that's becoming a problem.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay, guys, in the chat, Rizal247 says thoughts on Matt
Preseason.
Thomas. What's
Matt's
everybody's thoughts
okay.
on Matt Thomas?
Can't play him and Powell together because they're both just scorers. That's all they do. And neither one play great defense. I don't like this combo lineup. The combo lineup of Matt Thomas and Powell. I'd much rather have like a Flynn and Powell who Flynn can set up.
Yes.
Who can
Thank
set
you.
up Powell to score.
Yeah.
And said both of them are looking for their own shot like they're starving.
Exactly. Yes.
Bro,
Yes.
It's ridiculous. Matt Flynn got 0 points. I mean, 0 minutes tonight. Like no PT. Terrence Davis got no PT. Like, bro, what is he doing?
He's been doing this from the Boston series.
Thank you.
He's been
And
doing
I'm
this
like,
shit.
what's going
He's
on?
been
This
doing this
guy's
shit
turning
for-
into a one-trick pony. Like, Oh
one
my
trick
gosh.
pony, meaning bad offensive execution late game, and not a good rotation. Does not have a good rotation going on whatsoever.
and then you try to blame the refs. Did you guys see that?
Oh, they stay trying to blame the ref. That's why when John Doe said about the charge, Siakam, whatever that play is like, yo, that's classic Raptors for you, bro. They'll try to blame the refs at the end of the game, bro. They could have easily won this game, bro. They're leading for damn near. Come on.
That loss was on Nick Nurse.
Yeah. 100%
Yeah, because
on Nick Nurse.
no, it's on Nick Nurse. And it's on Nick Nurse for playing Powell so much, and it's kind of on Powell and Nick Nurse. You could have a combo, whoever you want to blame. The reason I'll say it's on Nick Nurse, is more than Powell is because Powell looked bad in the first preseason game. He looked bad in the second preseason game. He looked bad in the third preseason game. He looked bad in the first regular season game. And now he's looked bad in the second regular season game, and there's been no adjustments as of today. That's on Nick Nurse. That's not on Norman Powell. Like, at that point, dude, we know you suck. We've seen you suck for 4 games in a row. Like, Nick, do something.
I feel like OG and Powell are kind of like the same, bro. Like,
They're not giving it what they need to give.
no offense and like just athletic.
They're like they can jump out the roof. These guys should be.
Yeah, but they're way different on defense where you could literally play OG on anybody. Norman Powell is atrocious when his butt gets down like it's on the ground. He squats for whatever reason, and it just lets guys blow by him. I don't like his defense at all. It was what let JJ Redick kill us.
What's he good for? Like, I'm starting to now really think about it. Like, he might be.
He's a pure scorer. He is. Last year, he was one of the most efficient scorers in the mid-range in all of basketball. But he has not been that this year.
He's very streaky.
He has not been that this year.
He's been a streaky player.
He wasn't streaky last year. That's the problem. He was pretty much solid all year last year, but he has not been solid.
He had a few injuries last season, right?
He was still solid. Every time he come back from injury, just the same. No ups and downs in his game. Same. He was not inconsistent at all. But he has been bad.
He doesn't have much from 3. Like, he doesn't have COVID.
Shot 40% from 3 last year. This year he shot like 10% over 2 games. Last year he shot 40% from 3. He was like one of our only guys that actually shot over 40% from 3. But it's not falling. Like, his jump shot is way off. It's hitting back of the rim, backboard, front of the rim. Like, it's all over the place.
What do you think his problem is? Guys, all 4 of you guys, what do you think his problem is?
New role. I think it may be like a new role. I don't know. He's not playing with Kyle as well. No, he is too. I don't know. I know excuses. He's just looked bad. His touch is not there. I don't know. He's been sick too. That doesn't help him.
Does he have COVID? Bad over like that. Holding him back, bro.
No, it wasn't COVID. They said he's had some kind of like flu or whatever, and he didn't know he was going to play last night until 2 hours for the game. Bro, but even at that point, like, don't play him. Don't play him, Nick Nurse. That's what Nick Nurse. Like, don't play him if he's sick.
If he's sick, just let him sit down. We have other guys. Norm, we can get you when you come back.
He's been there for a while. He's been a long-serving Raptor at this point.
I sound very
7 years. 7 years.
We could have kept a lot of guys over. For some reason, we wanted to keep this guy, and now we're looking at it like, why do we want this guy?
Okay, wait, hold on one second, guys. GNH, what was your take on that? What were you saying?
Nick Nurse just needs to go deep into his damn bench. Like, I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. It's the same thing over and over and over again every year. Like, I feel like picking up Nick Nurse and throwing him across the court. Because even when he was yelling at the refs at the end, it's like, bro, who you yelling at? You should be yelling at your damn self.
He's barking at the refs. Thank you. Like, you're trying to pick a fight with the refs. Oh, I'm pissed. Bro, you ran an 8-man rotation, man, or a 9-man or whatever the hell you ran tonight. You didn't even run.
Hey, it was. Well, let's do it. It's the 5 starters: Boucher, Powell, Thomas. That's it. 8-man.
Yeah, 8-man, and then he put Brimby in there for like damn near 5 minutes. So I won't even count that.
You know what?
What the hell is Brimby gonna do for our offense anyway? Like, that ain't like we're having Powell who can't score a single bucket, so I'm not giving him any credit for putting Bembry in. That doesn't make it a 9-man rotation because he didn't break the rotation.
Bro, and I have a question. Go ahead, GNH. Go ahead.
I feel like Houston had more mans on rotation. The last
they don't
game
play 8-man.
I know it was 8-man, but I'm saying it on purpose.
They play like 9-man, 10. We play 8, barely. Might as well play 7 because Norman Powell didn't have any points. He's like half a man.
Bro, I have a question. What's going on with this situation with Patrick McCaw? I have yet to see anything from him.
No, he had a knee surgery, reconstruction over the offseason.
What the hell? What's he even doing in the NBA?
He's collecting rings. He's trying to scope out where his next team is. He wants to go.
He's
looking
a
for his
non-factor.
fourth, just like LeBron looking for his fifth.
He's a non-factor.
Trying
Dude,
to
I don't
catch
know,
him.
man. This Raptors team, man, I don't know, man. Honestly, as of right now,
Maybe if Patrick McCall comes back, he's like a poison gland. He just sucks up all the bad and embodies it, and everybody else just becomes good. And he's the only bad player then. Everybody else just magically gets better when Patrick McCall comes back. Because he's so bad that they're like, oh, no pressure. And we're good. We're good. Patrick McCall's back.
I have a question, guys. What's your take on the whole Terrence Davis 0 points, no PT? This guy's damn there. This dude is a bull, and he's not getting.
I don't even think that's on Terrence Davis because they're putting him above Malachi, and I don't think that's on Malachi either. Like I think that's on Nick Nurse. I want a clear eighth man. Well, how are we gonna have a clear eighth man when your sixth man is scoring you 2 or 3 points a night? Norman Powell giving you nothing. Like how are we gonna have a clear eighth man when our sixth man is just not doing nothing?
I feel like last year though, he got
the purpose.
Like he had more promise last year than this year. It looks like.
No, but dude, he's not even getting any playing time.
Think about this. About this. I want you to wrap your heads around this, guys. Chris Boucher was undrafted, right? We're all worried about him being able to play any playing time coming into the year. Chris Boucher had 22 and 10 tonight. He happened to have 22 more points than Norman Powell and 9 more rebounds.
Ridiculous.
He had 22 and 10.
22 and
Norman
10.
Powell had 1 rebound. Norman Powell 1 rebound, 1 assist. I think that's it.
Norman Powell should have just stayed in his bed today. Like honestly, today was not just chill out in the San Antonio hotel, drink your chicken noodle soup and get better. And Terrence Davis,
that's bad, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what is Nick Nurse doing? Like
what are you doing? You're bringing a sick man to the game and he's not even producing. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? That's desperation.
It's like I looked at the stat sheet on the Raptors after the game, and it looked like one of my looked like a fantasy football team, and all the guys did really well. And then you look at that one starter, and he's got 0 points, and that's why you lose. And you're like, that's it. Everybody else was scored good points, but this dude just dragged the whole team down with 0.
Okay,
that's
I have
basically
a question,
what Norman did.
I have a question for all you guys, bro. The Raptors. We were up by 10 points. Is the Raptors having issues closing out teams? Is this becoming a thing? Like, are we having issues closing out teams, or is this just something? I don't know because I've just noticed.
When was the 10-point lead though? Was that in the third quarter?
The 10-point lead was in.
When was the 10-point lead?
Give me 1 sec. Rocksteady, when was the 10-point lead in?
But remember, there was a 9-0 run towards the end for the Spurs. That's how the Spurs won.
Yeah, a 9-0 run. Yeah, there was a 9-0 run. Yeah. When was the 10-point lead? I'm just trying to figure this out. Give me a sec. None of you guys remember that? Exactly what quarter that was?
We didn't have a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter because
I would have the second, or was it the second quarter or something like that, or third?
Yeah, that's not closing out a game though. This game was like right neck and neck through the whole thing. I never felt like we were 10 points ahead, and I never felt like they were 10 points ahead. And we didn't win by 10 points, and they didn't win by 10 points. This was just a dirty, grit and grimy type of game. I don't know. I didn't feel like we had trouble closing the game as much as we did. I think we had trouble just keeping guys in the game because they were so tired. Like you got Pascal. He's not this Matt Thomas type who just efficiently gets buckets where he's like, one little step. No, Pascal's like dribble, shoulder into you, dribble, move. So by the fourth quarter, he's going to be tired. Like it's not even anything on his game. He'll still give you 16 points, 15 rebounds, and almost 10 assists. That's triple-double. Look, that's amazing. I got no problems with that. If Norman Powell had gave you anywhere near anything, yeah, you'd have been good. And you'd have been looking at Pascal like, dude, look at this. Pascal had almost 10 assists tonight. When was he that good at passing? That's what we'd be saying. But instead, we're like, Norman, what are you doing? And they're all going to be on Pascal's head. But I'm not going to blame it on Pascal. He didn't have 5-10 points in the fourth quarter because he was gassed. You could see it. He was trying to take guys off the dribble, and when he touched them, it was an offensive foul. So he's like, all right, let me pass and get guys involved. And Norman Powell's like, brick. What do you want him to do? I mean,
yeah, bro. He was. I don't know, man. This team is just. is something else, man. Like honestly, like
Pascal's getting better though. I will say that about like if there's anything, Pascal has looked better, I thought, than anything we've seen in the bubble. Anything close.
No, you're right. You're right. But listen. Come on, guys. It's not the bubble. Though.
Cool.
We can't push the goalposts. This guy is making $100-something million. We gotta win, bro. We've seen winning basketball. Like we're talking like we sound like the New York Knicks fans.
I know. But he's not the reason we're losing anymore. But we're bagging on him because he was the reason we lost in the past. But as of right now, he is not the reason any of this has happened. Nor if we're calling for trades, it should be Norman Powell because 2, we got a logjam at shooting guard. Norman Powell's a shooting guard. And 3, he's the one that's like the most valuable trade chip. And 4, he's the one that's not producing. So if anybody's wanting to go out and be like, oh, let's trade. Well, you be talking about trading Norman freaking Powell, and I'm not going to argue with you at all. I mean, I want something back for him because when he's hot, he's almost a 20-point per game scorer. But if you'll give me a first-round pick, 2 seconds, some kind of young player at a small forward, power forward position, center, yeah, I might take that deal just to get out of the log jam.
The only thing is with the Raptors right now, like everyone's saying that if Norman Powell scored a couple points, we would have won. But Siakam took 5 threes. He went 0 for 5. He made 2 threes. We would have won. So we could say if they made their 3 throws.
Yeah, I know that, but he's been shooting good from 3, and he wasn't even really shooting threes this game. I know he shot like 5, but that's not where most of his shots came from. He was trying to take guys to the rim, and he was successful. But you take look at I care about effective field goal percentage, how many shots you took and how many you made. I don't want Pascal going 3 of 5 from 3, but going 0 of 10 from the field, and we losing. Because it's like, you hit your threes, but you didn't hit it. Now, he was pretty – I know he didn't hit no threes, but his field goal percentage was efficient. He was fine. He was a great game. It was better than a great game. Almost 10 assists, 15 rebounds, and 16 points. Great game. Problem is the complementary pieces around him. We need to get them moving around, and it's just an 8-man stuck rotation. It all comes back to just 8-man rotation. When you got 8 men playing, all 8 got to be doing good. You can't have one going 20 minutes and over.
I have a question, though. Why the hell are we playing an 8-man rotation? Damn near, we got a whole line.
How many threes did Norman take? I'm curious because I didn't even remember him throwing that many up, but he took 2 or 3
right now.
He didn't take any.
He didn't take any.
He finished 0 for 5 from the field, but like you guys saying before, he needs to play one of those point guards to set him up.
Yeah, exactly. Like Rocksteady said, exactly. Can you repeat that, Rocksteady?
Norman Powell, yes, he went 0 for 5, but he needs to play with a point guard to set him up, like you guys were saying before.
Yeah, we didn't get no Malachi at all.
We didn't even get Terrence Davis. Like, bro, we can't throw everything on Norman Powell. Bro, we got to start looking at the coach. Come on.
Yeah, but I can't blame Norman Powell because he's been bad for like the last 5 games, and he didn't just go 0 for 5 from the field.
Last game of the Eastern Conference, what was it? Game 4, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference semifinals versus Boston. He had a good game, bro. Like that game where Marcus Smart blocked the shit.
What did he do from the offseason from then? Was he just?
I agree with that.
Did he break up with his girlfriend and go partying like James Harden? What the heck happened?
He had some internal stress going on.
Same question for Pascal. Same question for Nick Nurse. Like I don't know what these guys are going through, bro. I don't know what's going on.
The only thing I say about them is
Pascal is our best player. I'll take a 16 point, 15 rebound, almost 10 assist game from Pascal every night.
Dude, but listen, I have a question. Is that a problem though? Isn't that an issue though that he's our best player and he can barely finish at the line when it counts? Like he's not. Come on, bro. We've been watching basketball for eternity now. Like damn near, we've seen great shooting guards and small forwards. We've seen excellent shooting guards, small forwards, bro. Pascal Siakam is struggling. I know he's struggling, bro. Let's just be real.
He didn't. No, he's not. He's not struggling. You may say he's not like just taking over the game in the fourth quarter, and I'd agree. But we didn't put him in a position to take over the game in the fourth quarter. He's not ever going to be able to take over a game when he's playing 42 minutes a game in the fourth
but
quarter.
That's what we're paying him. We're paying him
I don't even care. I don't care if we're paying him. It's not even him. Like at that point, it's not him though.
Yeah,
43 minutes.
That's fine. It's not him. But if we're gonna get better players, we got to start with our best players. So if you
better players doesn't matter when we run an 8-man rotation and it sucks when dude's got 0 points. James Harden isn't gonna get you to win when Norman Powell's putting up 0 points a game.
I understand.
It's just never gonna happen. You're not beating the Bucks. You're not beating the Heat doing that at all.
Exactly.
You got to keep your lower guys. Duncan Robinson is what swings games for them. Tyler Hero is what swings games for them. Jimmy Butler gives you the same thing every night. Pascal's going to give you pretty much the same thing every night. It's the other pieces around him we need to fix.
Pause John Doe for a second. He says we don't have a Tyler Hero. Do you think maybe we do have a Tyler Hero, but we haven't gotten to give him an opportunity to go out there and play?
We haven't given Malachi Flynn, even Matt Thomas. We're not giving him the best opportunity to play well because we're putting him beside Norman, who exposes him defensively because Norman gets beat like it's nothing, and then Matt's got to help.
We got to keep in mind he's a rookie, man. He's not like as a number one pick where we have to play him right away. Like it's gonna take time. Yes, I understand he's the better player right now, but it's seniority in NBA. You're not gonna put Kyle Lowry.
No.
He's right.
I disagree. When you take a guy in the first round and he comes in and puts up,
he puts up second round.
Who?
Malachi Flynn. He could have been a second round pick.
He wasn't. He was a first round pick. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, houlda, didn't, whatever. Doesn't matter. First round pick. He comes in. He puts 9 points up, 17 points up, and then puts 5 points, 5 assists in 12 minutes. That he played every game was better than Norman Powell.
I'm not saying I'm not saying Flynn is garbage. What I'm saying is, if you want instant buckets, you want someone to score.
Use your weapons.
You got to use your weapons, but sometimes the weapons ain't ready.
I'm not going to go. Okay, well, let me not use my gun. Let me use my knife because
James Harden's going to go 0 for 5 from 3.
No. John, hear him out though. He says a professional scorer.
You need a professional. Yes, I understand those guys. They went
bro. I have seen James Harden put up 39 points, shooting 9 from 26 from the field. All of them were 3-pointers. His efficiency was garbage, but you look at the stats and it's like, oh my God, he's the greatest scorer ever. Technically, yes. Efficiency and usage, it's the Wilt Chamberlain. No, it's the Wilt Chamberlain. You look at Wilt Chamberlain's numbers, they're amazing. You look at his usage, it's like 45%. It's like higher than he literally took all the shots. That's my only problem with Harden is in our offense, he's not taking 25, 30 shots a game.
But at this point of his career, he would have to shoot a bit.
Pascal is averaging 20 on 15 shots, 15, 18 shots a game. Pascal's averaging about 20.
But you got to understand is this. When
Harden's averaging like 30 on like 35 shots.
When you need to win, you got to give your ball to the superstar. For instance, when Kawhi was on the Raptors, we played the Sixers, and when he dropped that game winner, you think he shot good?
Yeah.
This guy took like 40
when
shots.
When he dropped that game winner, who was guarding the other team's best player? He also was. James Harden's not ever going to do that for you.
That's fine.
James Harden's never won a championship. James Harden doesn't fix all your problems.
We can't.
You give James Harden Norman Powell next to him, putting up 0 points a night, we're a second-round exit with a $40 million man who's not going to get any better at anything he does. He's maxed out.
So if the Raptors don't want to build to win right now, then keep the roster. Be a lottery team for the next 2-3 years. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
but
you got
no choices. Here's the thing you're not understanding is when you make a trade for a guy like a Kawhi Leonard, he'll bring you a championship. But when he leaves, and he did, you cannot just trade for another superstar because you're just going to drain your assets.
So what do you rather do? Trade for every superstar and roll the dice, or stay where you are and be a lottery team for the next 10 years like the Knicks? What do you rather do?
I'd rather be a next lottery team. I'd rather be a lottery team for the next 10 years if Masai Ujiri's got all the picks. Masai Ujiri's got all the picks. I'm happy being a lottery team.
But that's
because he'll pick the right players until you got a foundation that's solid. Here's the problem. You go to trading that foundation around, guys coming in and out, you're not going to have anything. This is the problem with the Warriors.
We have a core.
The Warriors did this. Listen to me. The Warriors did this. They tank. They get James Wiseman. Clay goes out, now they're a lot of your team again. So they think, oh, Clay can carry us. We can get mediocre. We can tank again. Eventually, Curry's going to want to leave to compete for a championship because he's 30+. This is the problem. You get James Harden, you literally have to compete for a championship. You got to sell OG and Fred to get guys to put around James Harden that are big enough to contend. And then when that's gone and James leaves, you're left for a lottery team for further than the next 10 years. Because Masai Ujiri's going to have picks to make it. We're not being a lottery team. Even if we – even with this core going forward, even if we lose games, Masai Ujiri is still going to draft the right guys. That's why it's not like the Pelicans where you got to trade your assets for everything. And
guys, I got a question.
Bro.
I got a question. There are reports coming out. Well, not a question, but there are reports, according to many different sources, that the Raptors are linked to getting James Harden. Here's
the problem. When's the last time did the Raptors leak anything?
No,
we came out of nowhere with this Kawhi deal.
I think it was Houston that leaked it, saying the Raptors did phone.
Houston's leaking, not the Raptors.
Houston leaked it. Houston's the one coming around saying the Raptors have been calling us.
They're wanting leverage over the Celtics and the 76ers for a better package.
That could be. But if
Jaylen Brown went out and put up – Jaylen Brown last game went out and put up 33 points, 5 rebounds, and Jaylen Brown only had 18. You think they're trading him now for Harden?
Nope.
When he's outperforming
the Boston
Jason Tatum?
Brooklyn don't need him.
They're not. They're just trying to get more leverage. They're trying to get more leverage. If the Raptors trade for Harden, it's going to be Pascal, Norman Powell, and 1 pick at the most.
That's fine.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. But that'd be an okay trade because you lose Pascal, you bring back Harden. Your defense is going to suck. You're going to be a second exit out of the playoffs. And then you can try to have 1 year left to build the team. Because if you trade Pascal for Harden, if you trade,
we're not winning
well, I know we're a second round exit now, but we got Pascal for the next 4 years, and he might re-sign for the next 4 years after that. Harden's not re-signing with this team ever because he's not. We're not on his list.
One thing
we're not on his list.
You can't rely on these players that are not showing progress, or they stay stagnant, or decline.
Thank you.
Pascal
it's true.
had 8 assists tonight. Pascal had 8 assists. He's not stagnant.
When you do that to your franchise turns into the Knicks.
It's true. You're right. You can't.
You can't say that. That is asinine. Yeah, your franchise will just turn into the Knicks. The only way that happens if Jim Boylan buys the freaking team.
John Doe. Do you remember Andrea Bargnani? You remember Andrea Bargnani, right?
Or whatever his name is. That's the one from the Clippers. The only way the Raptors turn into the Knicks is if the Clippers buy the team. That's the only way. Because he's looking real Knicksy here lately.
The Microsoft guy, eh?
Yeah, he's looking real Knicksy here lately with some of the stuff he's been doing.
Bro, this guy's running around here. I don't know, running some sort of.
He talks about is OG Anunoby what's the deal we gave him, dude? They paid freaking. What's the dude on the Clippers that just got paid? Who after he's had like 2 or 3 knee surgeries?
He's talking about the guy from Duke. What's his name?
Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard.
Yeah, Luke the retard is what I called him because he's just so bad.
No, but the thing about Luke Kennard, though, Luke Kennard, if you
he was the third best player on the Pistons, and they gave him $16 million a year.
His problem was he had a lot of injuries. He could score with the best of them, but he just couldn't play. He couldn't get out there on the court because his knee kept.
Yeah, dude. No, he was still like the pit. You don't pay the Pistons or the Detroit Pistons third best player that much money. That's asinine.
All I'm saying is that the Raptors, they got to choose what they want to do. If you want to rebuild,
just keep rebuilding. Because here's the thing, and that may mean getting rid of a guy like Norman Powell. That may mean moving some pieces around. I'm not saying that, but
if you want to win now, we have to do that James Harden trade because there's nobody else that we could trade.
But we can't win now. I'm not like James Harden is not winning the title on the Raptors this year.
But we can still move pieces. Say we got James Harden and PJ Tucker. They come over for Powell and Siakam.
And remember,
KD better be terrified. If the Raptors got Harden and PJ Tucker, I mean that's NBA's over. LeBron would just
had PJ Tucker.
It'd be done.
So.
The only reason why he's not terrified because he knows he has Kyrie. But say, for instance, like one of our make another roll the dice. We sell Van Vliet for somebody, for Oladipo or something.
Van Vliet's
But
better than
remember-
Oladipo now.
but remember-
That's a back step.
We can't get rid of Van Vliet till January if that's the case. But personally, I wouldn't want to get rid of him.
Not for Oladipo, though. We need size. If we're trading, I want some big dudes, man. Give me somebody with some freaking
And
size.
But let's
Oladipo's
be
a
honest
scorer, though,
about
bro. You
something.
guys wouldn't want to have Oladipo on the team?
Nah, Oladipo's
No.
too injury prone.
Not even the injury prone. Fred's better than him now. Like,
No,
literally
he's too
better.
small. We get Harden, we need a 3-man, a bigger 3-man, or a big man.
So,
Yes,
bro,
a
who do we
three,
get, bro?
a
Who do we
three.
get? Who do we
A
get?
three.
Like,
We need a
We
three.
already
A
have
small
We
forward.
have your boy
Okay.
OG. He's our 3. We need a 4-man. If
But we
can
don't
fix
have.
this up.
We can't play him at the 3 though because he's too versatile. We need somebody who is just a 3. Like, because
Okay.
Norman Powell running at the 3 is not a 3 at 6'3".
So then you want OG to guard all those big men who play the 4.
Yeah, but that means we need to probably offload Norman Powell realistically for a small forward. If
So
we're
you
not
could-
going to give somebody like Paul Watson some run, who's actually a
he's a guard
6'6"
and
guys,
small
okay, guys.
forward.
Guys, I'm gonna get to the comment section. Rizal 247. Raptors couldn't rebound the ball in key moments at the end, cost them the game.
No, they couldn't
And
make.
then-
They couldn't.
Yes.
Yes, come
No.
on, guys.
I mean,
Yes.
we couldn't. We haven't been able to rebound.
wait,
I
wait,
understand
wait.
that, but it didn't cost us the game. If Kyle hits
wait.
that one little midi,
Teenage number one blogger. Go ahead, say something. Say what
Do you
you piece.
remember when we first started this live stream? I said this to you, El Selector.
Yeah.
I said this to you.
Yep, you said it. Yeah, the rebound, bro. Was it LaMarcus Aldridge came in with that big rebound? And
look
that
at the
big
rebounding
bucket.
numbers. What were the rebounding numbers for both teams comparatively?
Okay,
Well,
let me
how
check.
many did we lose by?
Okay, let me check. And then also he says Raptors
Before we
too
just go to
small.
creating narratives, let's look at the facts and see how much we actually lost the rebounding number by.
Bro,
Because
the fact
because
is,
Pascal had
man,
15.
what
Pascal had
the game.
15 rebounds. Pascal had 15 rebounds and Boucher had 10. And Aaron Baines had like 7. I want to know how many we lost by.
7. We lost by 7.
Okay.
And Rizzo 247 says Raptors too small, no rim protector or consistent board man.
I agree.
Boardman gets paid.
Boardman gets paid, but we don't even have a board man to pay him.
Pascal had 15 rebounds. That ain't bad, but we're gonna need a center that can get up some rebounds like that.
Guys,
Consistent.
you
Keyword
guys are
consistent.
forgetting something.
Yeah.
We're talking
But
about
here's
offensive
another
rebounding.
thing though. Offloading Powell for a small forward that's actually a small forward at 6'6", 6'7" would help with the rebounding issues because it's not Pascal and the big man because Boucher had 10, Aaron Baines had 7, Pascal had 15. You getting like Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Powell, that's where you lose rebounding. You ship Powell for a bigger dude Powell had 1 rebound. You ship for a small forward who can rebound a little better. Then yeah, you don't lose by 7 rebounds if he has 4 or 5 rebounds.
It goes back to Nick Nurse. I feel like if these guys have defined roles, like if a guy like Stanley Johnson, if a guy like what's your boy's name over there, Terrence Davis have
Paul
a
Watson
defined
or
role
Terrence
to come
Davis.
in. All these guys have a defined role to come in and grab offensive and defensive rebounds, go as hard as you can for like X amount of minutes that you're going to be on the floor.
I am
not?
100% convinced Paul Watson would do better at small forward than Powell is right now.
Guys, I have a question though, bro.
Even
Paul
OG.
Watson. We're hyping up this guy Paul Watson, but we've never seen him in any big time games.
No, because he can rebound better. His whole career, he's been a better rebounder. And if Norman Powell's giving me 0 points, 1 rebound, and that's the only thing he's giving me, by default, anybody's better. And that's all that Powell's been over the last 5 games.
Paul Watson, though, what team has he played for, though? Like, nobody knows this guy. Like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but you know what I mean, guys. Like,
no, he's been on our development staff for like the last 2 years, 3 years.
Dude, like, I need something now, man. I need something now. I need to start to at least, you know what I mean? Like, listen.
He averaged for our G League team last year. He averaged 6 threes attempted, 6 or 7 attempted last year in our G League. He was good. He shot almost 40% from 3 in the G League. He was also one of our best defenders in the G League. In the preseason, he had that 3-block game. He's not bad by any means. Powell, when he's hot, has got a much higher ceiling, but Watson's floor is lower because he's got way more size and athleticism at 6'6", and just so much bigger and heavier.
So where do we go from here? Like, what's what we play the Sixers? Like, talk to me.
Fix
Where
the
do we go from
rotation
here?
and we'll start winning games. I do believe that because Pascal's not holding us back anymore. He's given us 16 points, 15 rebounds, almost 10 assists. That's doing it all, doing everything, scoring a little, rebounding, assisting. We just need to get some of these rotation guys like the Flynn's, the Powells, and the guys like to get some of these guys going to where they can score 15 points. Like that swings the game. You know, Powell averaged 16 points a game last year. If we can get somebody to either replace that production or him to step it up, then yeah, we win both these last games, and we're going to win a lot more in the future. Let's fix the rotation.
Okay.
That's also going to help us in the playoffs.
Okay. So GNH, do you think that's the key? Like fixing the rotation? Is that what you're saying too? Or what's your take? Where do we go from here?
It's two things.
Move guys around, trade somebody, whatever. Just keep moving the rotation until something works as small forward.
All right.
Where Norman Powell's at.
Let me get GNH. Let me get GNH. GNH, bro, what's your take on it? Like,
it's two things for me. Nick Nurse needs to try something new. Stop doing the same damn thing over and over again. That's my thing.
We're all saying. Yep. And
don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just do what you got to do, bro. It's not hard.
You. Omari Styles, what's your take? What do you think? What do we?
This is the third game we've lost in a row if you count the preseason.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, you're right.
I agree with GNH. I agree with
all three games. Norman Powell was our worst player, hands down. Worst player, no question. Worst plus minus everything.
Okay, rock steady. Question: where do we go from here? Like, what do you think we got to do? Like, what do you think?
It all depends what they want to do. It all depends what they want to do. Like, if they want to they want to build for the future, stay pat. Just change the rotation, try a thing. But if they want to win now, we need to make trades for superstars because superstars never come to Toronto. So when we have a chance, we should roll the dice and build from there.
John Doe, what's your take? Going off what Rocksteady said, what's your take? What do we do from here? Like, bro, like, what's going on? This is Miami.
I believe in the art. I believe
San Antonio.
I believe in the art of war. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And Powell is looking horrible. And I do believe a team is only as good as their worst player that they have to play. Your team is only as good as the worst player that you got to play. Because that's where a lot of teams, like, look at Miami. If you say Miami's only as good as the worst player they have to play, who's the worst player that Miami has to play? And look at the worst player that we have to play.
I don't even know who Miami's player is.
I got a lot of rookies.
Precious Anua, I think, is their
maybe
13 points, 15 rebounds last time we played.
Maybe what's his name? This other guy here. What's his name? This guy, Udonis Haslem might be their weakest player. Like, bro, I don't even know.
He don't even play anymore. Yeah, he don't even play with him.
No, he does. He's still in the
rotation. Check, bro. He's a locker room guy. That's all he's getting a check for, right?
Yeah,
but bro, that's where
That's where these games are won and lost.
Jersey on under his shirt.
Look at Giannis. Look at Giannis's team. They're losing. They're only as good as their worst player that they have to play, that they're forced to play on the court. I do believe that. So we need to get our worst player and find a way to get a better player or fix it, you know. And so far, that's been Powell through 5 games.
It's been tough, man. Honestly,
no trade value for that guy right now. Let's be real.
Who, Norm Powell?
No trade value.
You got to build up something, right? He has, as of right now, today.
I don't even need trade value. Just move him down the bench until he gets his game back together. Until he ain't sick anymore.
I agree with that.
Until he ain't even sick, you know. Because it's not like we don't have other shooting guards. We've got 7 on the team. We've got Fred VanVleet. We've got Norman Powell. We've got Patrick McCaw. We've got Terrence Davis. We've got Matt Thomas. We've got DeAndre Bembry. And we've got I think there's another one. Stanley Johnson. That's 7 shooting guards. 7.
Stanley Johnson's trash.
You need 7 shooting guards for.
I don't know.
You can easily bench Norman Powell or move him.
No, but like, dude, we still need Norm though, guy. We have like some horrible guys at the back of the bench, bro. Come on, we have guys like you said, Stanley Johnson. We also have horrible guys.
Stanley Johnson needs to get out of here.
Get out of this guy out of here. What's this other guy's name?
No trade value.
McCall.
Norman Powell is a worse defender than Stanley Johnson. You heard
No.
it here.
I don't.
He's
Come
worse.
on.
When you put him at the
Rondo,
small
man, that's
forward
slander,
position
bro.
at 6'3", when you put him at the small forward position
You
at
know what?
6'3", and
Nick
he's
Nurse.
overpowered, he is. He is
That's
the
Nick
worst
Nurse,
defender
though.
in the Stanley.
That's
Yes,
Nick Nurse,
bro.
though. That's Nick Nurse, though.
Why you
That's-
We
putting
don't
him at
see
the
enough
three?
from Stanley Johnson for you to even make that argument.
Stanley Johnson's
Well, I think we've all seen enough of Stanley Johnson.
Norman Powell is a far better player,
trash,
but
bro.
not defender. I hate Norman's defense. It irks me. The way he squats just gets on my nerves.
Yo,
He
if
gets
you want
so
to
low.
squat, tell him to go to the gym. Don't be squatting on the ball court.
I don't know how he does it, dude. That would shoot my legs out. Squatting that low, my legs would give out, and I'd fall on my butt.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
It's
bro,
tough.
fellas.
Okay, so guys,
Hey,
guys,
I'm about to head out though. Like honestly,
yeah,
like,
guys, we're gonna wrap this up
this is
here,
the
bro.
L for
We're gonna
Raptors.
wrap this up. We got the
Go ahead.
Tuesday game. We got the Tuesday game. So everybody, just say your last piece. Just everybody, just what's the solution? What do you see the short term solution and the long term solution on what we can do to fix it? We'll start with
Short-term-
GNH. We'll start
Okay,
with
go
John Doe. We'll start with John Doe. John Doe, you
All
go.
right, I'm gonna head out, but I'm gonna say the short term and the long term solution is fixing the rotation. Find a
Fixing the
player on the trade market at small forward, or find a guy off our bench that you're willing to give rotation time to, whoever that may be, who's a little bit more reliable, and that will help now and in the playoffs. That is the most important thing. If you can get Norman Powell back to averaging 16, 17 points, fine. If you can't, get another guy off the bench or trade for somebody at small forward, preferably, because that's where we have a gaping hole. We got 7 shooting guards and like 1 or 2 small forwards who don't play any minutes. So basically, we have none. We have a shooting guard moved over at small forward. That's not winning us games.
Valid point. Okay, Rocksteady, your take, bro. What's your take?
The only thing I would say is, again, they got to ask themselves, do we want to win right now, or just want to build for the future? If we're building for the future, let's keep the team intact, make lineup shuffles, try new things.
I agree.
But
I highly doubt Masai sees this team and goes, let's trade for James Harden. We can win a chip.
I highly doubt it, but it all depends, though.
He's on his way out, yo.
But like, if they trade for James Harden, that can't be the end all be all. They're gonna have to tweak again because they're gonna be guard heavy again. Like
Fred, at least to get some small forward.
Exactly, a small forward, power forward, they would have to move, especially if we trade on.
They would have to just do a lot of work. This
is why it's not happening so quick. They're looking around to see what we do. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now: if we trade for James Harden, that's not gonna be the only trade we make. After that, you're gonna hear another trade. Trade.
We'd have to make at least one more at minimum.
Yes,
probably 2.
Exactly.
Even if we got PJ Tucker back, that wouldn't be enough.
That's not enough. But I want him. If we get James Harden, I want him too, though.
Yeah, that's fine. But I still don't think we'd still need to move Fred for somebody. Because I don't think PJ Tucker's enough.
The reason why we need to move Fred because
you're one injury away from OG having to guard everybody.
No, you're right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, you're right. You guys are right. So, Rock, the solution, the long term and the short term. What do you think the short term solution is? Rocksteady. Let me get Rocksteady in there. What's the long term?
Yeah, go ahead, Rocksteady.
So if I was going short term, like I said, I'll make a trade for James Harden, PJ Tucker, and make another trade again to get rid of either Kyle Lowry or Van Vliet and just try to win now, roll the dice. If we're not rolling the dice long term, keep the team intact. Just shuffle the lineup, try new things, Nick Nurse style, and let's go.
Yep, you're right on that. Omari Styles, bro. Your take, bro. Your take. What's the short term?
I think John Doe had something to say.
John Doe.
The only thing I was going to say is the only reason I'm hesitant to trade Pascal is because he's probably a top 10 or 15 defender in the NBA.
Okay.
He's a superstar defender. He can defend 1 through 5, and he's got that perimeter where he can run around. I still believe he's one of the best. No. Look at his plus minus. Look at his plus minus in the playoffs last year. I think his defensive win shares last year were number 2 in the whole playoffs. Number 2 or number 3. We had the number 1 defense in the playoffs last year, even though we got eliminated. Nobody talks about that. We had the number 1 defense in the whole playoffs last year, and we still got eliminated. So that's a problem. It's our offense for sure. Because Pascal and OG defensively, with when we had Ibaka and Gasol particularly, Pascal had defensive win shares that were actually kind of crazy. That's the only reason he stayed on the floor. And that's why because Nick Nurse is such a defensive-oriented head coach. If Nick Nurse was like an offensive-minded, like a D'Antoni, like, I need offense. Well, then, I don't even know how he's going to use James Harden. Is he going to tell James Harden to just, like, flow within the offense?
But now you're discrediting Nick Nurse. Like, he's a defensive coach. He'll find a way.
He'll find a solution.
Yeah,
I think
but here's the thing. Like, how is he going to use James Harden? Is he just not even going to run plays for him? Because he doesn't run plays for Pascal. He run no plays for Pascal on offense last year. James we were 27th. We were 26th, 27th in pick and roll.
I want a guy who I run plays for. I want a guy who just get us buckets.
Bro.
Yeah, I know. I understand James Harden runs ISOs for himself, but are you going to, help him?
It's true. Like, Kevin.
You got to understand, James Harden runs ISOs for himself, but Mike D'Antoni built that offense around him, for him. Like,
no, he's right.
He got all the plays.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Like, is Nick Nurse going to do any of that? Is he going to even, because that's another thing. Like, I don't expect Nick Nurse to just all of a sudden try to go to running all all these offensive plays because he does.
They did it for Kawhi. They did it for Kawhi. I can see them doing the same thing for James, bro.
No, I think they just kind of ran with the offense with Kawhi. Because remember, they were still winning games without Kawhi.
They let Kyle Lowry set up plays for him because I've noticed when Kyle Lowry ain't on the floor, Nick Nurse's play calling goes to crap.
It's true.
That's it. They need an on-court guy who can close out the games. I mean, they don't have it with Kawhi. They don't have it anymore because Kawhi's gone. If they get James, they got it.
Anybody else notice that though? When Kyle, is that why Nick Nurse is so reliant on Kyle?
I think so.
Because when Kyle isn't on the floor, his play calling on offense is horrendous. That's because he don't have to call plays for Kyle. Kyle literally runs the offense by himself.
Yeah,
he's done it so.
When we had Kawhi the championship year and we're going down the stretch,
Kyle just ran plays for Kawhi in the pick and roll and then gave him the ball and let him go to work.
Kyle just took the ball, gives it to Kawhi, and gets out the way. He did that the whole.
He didn't just get out of the way though, because you remember when Nick Nurse said just in an interview a week ago that Kyle was one of the best screen setters he's ever seen when they were talking about Aaron Baines. Kyle would run a play, get the ball to Kawhi, and then set a screen for him. He'd do 2 or 3 things to set Kawhi up. So, I mean, a lot of that's for Pascal, too. He does that for Pascal.
But Pascal's not Kawhi Leonard or he's not James Harden. That's the problem right now. Like,
But are we going to have Kyle out here, like, setting up plays for James? Because
that's the role that you want Kyle Lowry in, not taking 22 feet jump shots with 14 seconds left on the clock. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
that shot was open, though. You can't say not for Kyle not to take that mid range because that mid range had to be around.
But I mean that's not his role. Like, he's not a late game closer. He's not the closer. He's not a closer, bro.
He was last year, but the only problem with that is I don't think we were trying to let Kyle close the game. I think he just saw, like, oh crap, I'm open and took the shot. I mean, even if you have a closer, even if you have a James Harden, though, here's my thing. Even if you have a James Harden, I think Kyle's still taking that shot.
That's not good offense, and he's playing situational basketball at the end of it. He's just hoping to see what Kyle Lowry can actually do, or hoping something can come out. That's not good, bro. That's not how you're gonna win.
We do that with Pascal too, though. We did that with Kawhi. We did that with Kawhi, but Kawhi could kind of like make some things happen. But even then, there were moments, there were times.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Kawhi can make that work.
But even then, our offense isn't what won us the games. It was always our defense. It was always Kawhi getting stop on Giannis, getting stop on D.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. The Raptors need to find a big man, a young big man, and start developing him now. Because
Luka
now. We need somebody who's like 6'10", and start developing them now, because we don't have any bigs that are at the level of what we need. We need rebounding. We saw that. We can't be depending on OG all the time. You see what I'm saying? We need defense. We need rebounding, and we also need a small forward. I don't know how you guys feel. Would you guys think? How do you guys feel about bringing Rondae Hollis?
The bigs didn't bother me at all tonight. The bigs didn't bother me at all. I thought both of them did pretty good. I thought Baines with his 13 and 7 was all right. I thought Boucher with his 22 and 10 was okay. I thought our small.
Are we getting it on a consistent basis though with Boucher? That's the thing. Are we going to get it on a consistent boost?
Well, he had 12 and what was it? 12 and 6, 12 and 7 the first game. That's not. I mean, he had 22 and 10 tonight. We won't be getting that every night.
I don't
But
know, man.
hey,
Okay.
give respect to the Canadian man, okay? He's a fellow
He's pretty
Toronto
good.
boy.
He's a backup at best, though. Like, let's be realistic, bro. He's not a starter, bro. He's not a starter in the NBA.
He actually played more minutes than Baines did tonight.
Yeah, he did.
That's good.
But he's not. Yeah, he's not he's like. We'll see. We'll see. You know what, bro? It's 2 games in. Okay, GNH.
Boucher did average 27 points in the G League. I'm not going to say he can't average 15 in the NBA.
Yeah, fair enough.
12, 15.
Fair enough. We're gonna get to GNH though. GNH.
12, I can see a 12. But
GNH.
Well, the reason he's going to average 12, 15 points is because he shoots threes like he's, a beast.
That form is ugly. These guys need to stop with that, bro. Him and Baines.
Yeah, but he keeps hitting them. He keeps hitting them. He was hitting them tonight too.
Okay, guys. Let me get to GNH. GNH. What's the short term? What's the short term and long term solution for the Raptors right now for this season?
Solution for the Raptors right now is
small forward. Trade for a small forward.
Wait, GNH. Let GNH get in here. Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, Nick Nurse, stop being a dummy and go deep into your bench.
He's right.
Because you have a toolbox. It's not to say that you don't have the toolbox. Another thing, we have stressed this in our lives even before the season. Long term, we need to get our big men because honestly, we are suffering. We're not getting offensive rebounds, and to me, that's a huge elephant in the room, and we need to cap on that. We need to do this because if we want to,
that's a win for the future because that's going to help us in the future. That's not what caused us to lose tonight. If we want to win now, you're right. That's Nick Nurse.
But my thing is this now. The thing I don't like about the Raptors right now is they seem that they're very indecisive because right now it looks like they want to rebuild, but at the same time they want to go for the championship. Pick a direction and just go.
Thank you.
You can't be trying to go.
Thank you. Can't have.
I don't see that changes. Masai Ujiri's always been the type to kind of quietly rebuild while being competitive.
But Masai Ujiri could be quietly trying to exit out of here. We don't know. So
exactly.
We got
have an exit plan.
Masai Ujiri's gone, bro. They haven't offered the guy a re-sign yet. Like,
I heard he wants $13 million to start.
And that's low. I thought he was gonna get like 20 mil a season or something like that.
13 million is low. He's lowballing himself.
He's lowballing, yeah, bro. I thought he was gonna get
very high value around
partnership with Giants of Africa. So even though they give him his salary,
well, hold on. If he's asking for 13 million, then the MLS or whatever they're called, they'll just be like, all right, we'll give you 15. Good job.
MLS, yeah, 15.
Yeah, whatever they're paying him, give him a little bit more, and that's it. Whatever he's asking.
And let's be honest too, because Giants of Africa is very successful. Because remember, a lot of people don't realize.
For cash.
A lot of people don't realize we got Pascal Siakam from the Giants of Africa.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right.
And another thing is, I'm less worried about Masai because I know his kids are all Canadian. And his wife was like, he was talking about moving, and he's like, they were talking about moving like a year or two ago. And he's like, oh, well, I've thought about it, but my wife told me she didn't want to because the kids were born here and they're Canadian, and it would be complicated. And not only that, but she has friends that live here. And that's
what his kids are Canadian, so he wants to stay in Canada because of kids.
That's true.
And
it's probably going to come down to if it's a good deal or not.
Yeah, if they don't give him what he wants, and he's out.
But I heard Washington.
But I agree. If he's wanting $13 million, he's not exactly pricing himself out of Toronto.
Bro, but I heard, let me tell you something. I heard that Washington's giving him the Godfather deal, and they're giving him 10% equity in the Wizards.
Well, that's fine, but I just want to know why he's like, I want $13 million, because that's not really pricing himself out of Toronto at all.
Yeah, 13 mil.
Toronto's like, okay.
13. Whatever. What the hell is 13? I think we can give him 20 mil. 20 mil, to me, even 20 mil is like, that's not even that much.
What's the highest paid GM right now? How much do they make?
I have
no idea.
Let me find out right now.
What are you guys getting? What's all those guys getting?
What should be like?
What's Pelinka getting, bro? Like, what are those guys getting?
What's Pelinka getting?
Rob Pelinka is not even a damn GM. The only reason why he got into that position is because he's Kobe's former agent. Let's be honest.
Kobe's,
It's in the highest paid
doing a pretty good job.
The highest paid is supposedly
LeBron is the GM. Stop it.
Pat Riley. Pat Riley at one point was making $11 million by the end of 2016.
That's what I'm trying to show you. So his starting point is going to be at least $13 million.
That's still not that bad though.
Yeah, that's not even.
That's not.
They
for
said,
MLS,
okay.
that's nothing.
Because that's the old contract too from several years ago.
Yeah, so supposedly
And the cap's going up.
Okay, so supposedly Pat Riley has had the highest.
And that was what, 11 million?
Yeah, 11 mil. They said Phil got 12 mil from the Knicks.
So look at that.
Yeah, so I guess he really knows the market. So he knows what the rates are for GMs. Damn.
You know what I mean?
Phil got.
I just asked for 20. No one ever got 20. Get what the highest man got. Times a little bit more.
Did the Masai get a 5-year, $15 million deal?
Yes.
5 years.
That's like $3 million a season.
Oh hell, that's all he was.
You know what that sounds like?
Yeah.
It sounds like the Scottie Pippen deal.
But at the time, James were getting
dude, I'll do a lot of things for $3 million a year.
Oh, they said,
would you work for it?
Phil.
I'm not exactly complaining about my job at that price. That's like how many thousand a day?
Yeah, they said Phil got 12 mil for 1 year in the Knicks.
I told my dad. I told my dad, I was like, hey, we re-signed OG Anunoby for 4 years, $72 million. And my dad kind of looks at me because he don't know a lot about basketball, and he does the math in his head, and he's like, that guy's making over $100,000 a week. And I was like, all right, cool, because I didn't do the math in my head.
That's crazy.
I thought that was funny. That's a lot of money.
It is, It is. So supposedly, supposedly Phil Jackson got a 5 year.
What do y'all think about Jonathan Isaac, who averaged? What do y'all think about Jonathan Isaac, who averaged 11.5 points per game, just 1 point per game, more than OG?
He's still injured, no?
He's injured. Yeah, he blew his.
Well, listen, hold on. Let me finish. Jonathan Isaac, who got 4 years, $80 million. And he averaged 11.5 points, 1 point more than OG, but he tore his knee and won't play all of this year. Jeez. So basically, they signed him 4 years, $80 million, but he'll only be playing for 3 years, and they knew that and signed him to the deal anyway.
Bro, I think it's because he's young. Because he's young.
And they think he's like an OG.
But I mean, look at his contract compared to OG. He's injured, won't play for a year, only averaged 1 more point per game, and still gets paid more than OG Anunoby.
It's crazy.
That's
you look at like OG's contract value.
That's nothing new in the NBA right now.
But you see how he plays. He's more of a ball handler. Like, look how this guy plays. Like, OG can't handle the ball like that.
Jonathan Isaac?
No. Yeah, Jonathan Isaac. He won't play all this year. No, but he still got 4 years, $80 million. He still got more than OG.
Jonathan Isaac? You say he has the same game as Pascal Siakam?
A little bit.
No.
I haven't seen that guy play.
Is no Pascal.
I have never
Jonathan
seen that guy.
Isaac is never going to average 22 points per game, I don't think.
Damn, this guy blew out his ACL, bro.
Yeah, and he got 4 years, $80 million. And OG got 4 years, 72, and he won't even play this year.
Well, go ask Nicholas Batum. Go ask all those Charlotte guys who Michael Jordan signed, bro.
Oh, what's his name?
No, I'm not even talking about like the horrendous contract. I'm just talking.
Batum plays for the Clippers now, eh?
Yeah,
but I'm not even talking about bad contracts at this point. It's just like
your injuries. Okay, we got injury guys.
Jonathan Isaac, 4 years, $80 million. The dude from the Clippers who was the third best player on the Pistons, 3 years, $16 million.
Dude, what's his name? What's this guy's name? Gordon Hayward, bro. Gordon Hayward. Go ask guys at CLNS Media over there. And
I'm tired of hearing people. I am super, super tired of hearing people complaining about Pascal's contract.
Bro,
Pascal's contract is far from being the worst thing.
What about Gordon Hayward's contract?
You got Pascal in trade talks for Harden. They're not saying anything about Pascal's contract. They're not saying, "Oh no, we want more because his contract's horrible." Like I hate it.
Fair enough.
No.
But the way I see something too is point blank. If Raptors need a board man,
if the other team,
you know how we get a board man, a consistent board man,
get a better center. I suppose.
Wait. Let me finish. We need the
trade
way
for
we can
Joel
get a consistent board man is Giants of Africa, get all those big guys in Africa, and just put them through the wire, bro, and we will get our board man.
Bro,
He
definitely.
probably will. I mean, he's drafted one before. He brought in Chris Boucher, who he ain't from Africa, but he's pretty lanky. He's pretty tall, like Pascal.
Yeah, Chris Boucher came from
Montreal or
Oregon
something.
via
From
Oregon.
Montreal.
He's from Oregon University.
From Barbados or something like that.
Yeah, he's from the
Yeah,
Caribbean.
he's a Bayesian man still.
But remember,
I tell
he
you
played
what,
for
though.
Oregon.
St. Lucia.
All
St. Lucia.
negativity,
St. Lucia,
all
yeah.
negativity about this game aside, if Boucher keeps putting up 20 point, 10 rebounds games, and we can get the small forward position figured out, we're going to win some games. Because he was blocking shots. He was scoring. Like, this ain't it. He looked pretty good in the preseason, too, offensively. And he looked like he's just gotten more of a rhythm. Boucher has not played 1,000 minutes in the NBA yet. And he's looking, he's looking like a very solid bench piece. I'll say that.
Hey, remember, he came from the Warriors with a ring.
No, you're right. You're right. He did.
Boucher?
Yeah, he played like 28 minutes tonight.
He did? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he was on the Warriors team and he got a championship
He's
there.
Got 2 rings. He's got 2 rings.
You want to know what's funny? There was a clip I saw of Boucher on the Warriors, and I actually put it up on my IG. And funny enough, he retweeted it and he laughed. Because I basically said, yeah, Mike, remember, Boucher was on the Warriors. Here's proof. And he's like, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. So it's there.
It's crazy, bro. Crazy.
Yo, he was. He really was.
He was on that. So guys, we're gonna be signing out now, bro. We'll call it a night. I don't know. Flip, guys, if you guys want to shout out your social media, your YouTube pages, everything, you can hit that. Let me know, and I'll hit that in the link right now, or you guys can just shout it out right now.
Yo, thanks for having me on Selector, bro. You already know, man. Omari Styles, man. Just hit up my page to drop some videos today, man. You already know, man. I'm out, man. Thanks for having me.
Omari Styles, signing out. Peace. All right, yes, John Doe, man.
Left the building.
Yeah, so John Doe, bro, we're signing out, bro. You want to shout out your Instagram
later? No, I'm good. I'll check.
We'll see you on the next chat, bro. We'll see you on the next stream, bro.
Prayers up for Norman Powell, who's probably getting his mentions destroyed in Twitter, Instagram, everything. Raptors fans are probably killing him right now.
It is what it is, bro. So we'll see you guys. So take it easy, John Doe. Signing out.
Take it easy, Bob.
All right. Yep. And then, bro, GNH, Rocksteady, you guys want to shout out your social medias?
Yeah, man. I just keep it simple, man. Hashtag GH101 blogger everywhere, man. Type it in and everything just comes up, man. Keep it simple, keep it fresh, keep it steady, keep the content coming consistently.
All right, man. Signing out. Take it easy, GNH. All right, man.
All right.
Peace. Rocksteady, you want to shout it out, man? Let everybody know where they can find you.
Yo, just find me on Instagram, Fireman Jew with 2 W's at the end. But yo, just go Raptors, go. Thanks for having me. Let's do this again.
All right, yep, we'll definitely do it. Continue with the intel. Salute to the guy Rocksteady. You could follow him on Instagram. He has his IG there. You shout it out one more time so they can know. If Raptor Inside, anyone who wants to know anything about Raptors or Raptors Talks, you already know you could find Rocksteady. Yeah, let them know where your Instagram was.
Fireman Jew with 2 W's at the end.
All right, man. Signing out. All right, peace. It's your guy, Al Selector. I'm signing out. Yes, potentially this may be the last stream of the year. We may do one more, not too sure, but it's looking like it will be the last stream of the year. So everybody out there, be safe during the holidays. A Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year's. Even though the New Year hasn't started, but Happy New Year's. We will be back potentially probably the new year, January 1st. I'm just going to leave it at that because, so it's your guy, L Selector. I'm signing out, and everybody be safe. Enjoy the new year. Wear your mask. Take it easy. Peace.